Well, before we talk about the increase in the production of rice, let's look at the stock market and see what happened yesterday. The stock market broke its 13-day winning streak as sell-offs in Airtel Africa Plc dragged market capitalization by 1.53% at the close of trading on Thursday. The all-share index slumped to 50,868.52 points from 51,657.56 basis points. Consequently, the year-to-date return fell to 0.75%, while market capitalization lost 429.7 billion naira to close at 27.7 trillion naira. Analysis of Thursday's market activity showed trade turnover settled lower relative to the previous session, with the value of transactions down by 88.4% from 265.72 billion naira. A total of 138.7 million shares valued at 1.8 billion naira were exchanged in 3,673 deals. Sterling Bank led the volume chart with 29.15 million units traded, while GTCO led the value chart in deals worth 477.7 million naira. Market breadth closed positive at a 1.38 to 1 ratio, with advancing issues outnumbering declining ones. Now let's analyze this further, and back here with us is Charles Fakroha, IBrandTV senior analyst. Of course, it's good to always have you here. Good to join you. Or rather, thank you for joining us again.
Yes, thank you very much. You know, I knew I was going to come back here. Yes, because after the first show, you know, I went to look at my trades and I've keyed in some of my figures, and yes, people have started buying and selling. Market opened at, we've seen the continuous trading now started at about 10, and people are already buying and selling, and the tempo is a little bit quiet, but I know as time goes on,
of course, we would see how
but
the market would
move. Tell you conclusively how, whether it is the bears are going to take control or the bears is
but let's look at the results of yesterday's market, which of course broke the 13-day winning streak, and there was a loss yesterday. What would you attribute that to?
Yes, if you ask me as a practitioner and as a trader, I think I had expected it. In fact, I saw it come. I knew maybe on a Tuesday, you know, because you cannot just continue to have a market that is up. That will not be a market. A market is buying and selling. So frequent buying, frequent selling, prices are bound to go up and come down. And like we have seen, it just happened yesterday that imagine if a trader or an investor has made so much gain. What's left for the investor is to sell. So people must buy, people must sell. And that's what happened yesterday. However, we saw the big one, that is the Airtel Africa. Because of
Airtel Africa that dragged the market down
by, I think, almost 10% or 9.something% thereabout. And then that dragged the all-share index to lost 1.53 basis point. So for me, it is normal. Yes, and I expected it, and it's just a matter of sell-off. You know, people taking profit from the little gains they have made.
Well, let's look at the gainers chart. We see John Holt leading the gainers by 10% to appreciate from 80 kobo to 88 kobo. How do you explain that?
Yes, that is doing what we call maximum. That is the 10%. So you can see that at that yesterday, it wasn't that John Holt was doing fantastic, you know, in terms of their fundamentals. But when you have a lot of people who want to buy and you have fewer persons who are selling, obviously the price is just like a normal market. You know, once the demand is more than the supply, of course the price will go up. So you had more people trying to buy into John Holt as at that yesterday, and that's why the price of John Holt went up.
But what about that of Honeywell flour? Went up 9.95% to close at 2 naira 43 kobo. That's from 2 naira 21 kobo.
Yes, the same will also be applicable to Honeywell. But however, you can see that there are certain companies, when you watch those securities as they are going down on a daily basis, it will get to a level, you know, what some analysts will call maybe a support level. So when it gets to that level, you know, those who are doing technical analysis will say, okay, it is getting to, its support level. So instead of the price to go down, no matter what has happened, you will see the price rebounding, bouncing back. At the same time, once a security is going up, it gets to what they call a support level. That instead of going beyond that point, you see it, coming down. So these are mechanisms in the market as a result of demand and supply, frequent buying and frequent selling.
Let's look at the losers. Prestige PLC led that table with 8.7% loss, closing from 46 kobo to 42 kobo.
Yes, you will see that Prestige is in the insurance sector, and if you look at that sector, of course, I will not say they are not doing very well, but when you have a lot of people who are trying to sell off, a particular security, of course, the price is bound to come down. Probably that's what would have accounted for Prestige losing that percentage.
The UPL also lost to close at ₦1.76 kobo. Okay. How do you explain that loss?
Yes, it follows the same explanation, because you see that as people are buying, people are selling. It's not that some people are just buying, people are waiting. No, it's frequent buying and selling. And when you have that buying, selling, prices will go up, prices will come down. It's a market. People are bargaining. People are putting their orders. People are amending their orders. So many things are happening. So at the end of the day, and the way the prices are determined, is using a very transparent principle that you will know why this security is down and why this one is up, because every trader will see it. They know the investors might not see it, but your trader trading for you will see what has happened. I will say, okay, this is the fair of what has happened for that day.
You've said you might not be able to predict how the market would go today, but do you have expectations?
Yes, if you ask me, I will say, looking at what I saw before coming back here, looking at the tempo is quite high, I must say. Likely, we might see a little pullback. What I mean by that is, instead of doing 1.53 down as we saw, it might come down, but it will not be up to this figure.
Okay,
yes, you might see a slight
improvement.
Yes.
All right. I think that's a fine place to leave it. Thank you so much, Asfakro, IBrandTV senior analyst.
Thank you. I hope you won't call me again, because I need to go back and
I hope so too. But of course, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we will be looking at the drop in the production of rice, and we have an expert in the studio who would be analyzing that for us. We'll be right back.